What is going on, everyone, with AMC Stock? So a lot of new things are starting to unravel as the week progresses, and it's definitely starting to favor a lot of the research, a lot of the information that the apes, the Reddit community has been researching for the past few months. Now, let's start off with this first post. If you haven't seen it on Reddit, I'll play with you the actual video in just a second. And essentially, you can read the title, but this is the one I can see. This was super upvoted, by the way. So a lot of people have already been able to read through this. And basically, let me play for you really quick. And then afterwards, you can actually listen to what this person says. So in shorts, the person right over here says that dark pools apparently don't have to report shorts. So let's just play it. You can hear it, and then you can give your own thoughts.
Some sort of a defender to push back against the practices of hedge funds and some of these brokerage firms. Your thoughts?
Well, on paper, it does look like a defender because he's talking about looking at dark pools. So we know what dark pools are. They're off-exchange market, private markets, where hedge funds can go short without having to report it. He's also looking at order flow. So these commission-free type of trades actually get sold to hedge funds and other market makers. He's looking into SPACs. He's looking into cryptos. But what we do know is, first of all, does he have the finger on the pulse for the small guy? He is worth $100 million net. He also worked for Goldman Sachs. And we also know that this means more regulations. And what happens typically with more regulations is that it hurts the little guy. So we don't want to stifle that innovation. We don't mind him looking at it. But will he ultimately be the champion? That remains to be seen.
So the quick points, let's just figure out what she said. She first said that apparently through dark pools, you don't have to report shorts, or at least that's what she stated. Now, they apparently have debunked this from the comments, but again, it's still a lot of other things she said that people didn't even comment on. It's kind of strange that she said it. For instance, she talked about regulations and how that's going to hurt the little guy, retail investors. But in reality, the whole movement is literally to get the information so that all of this behind the table things that are going on gets regulated. Hence, the retail investors can actually play a fair game. So essentially, what's the debunking? So apparently, this dude links this tweet, right? So I click it by Dave Lauer, and all he said was what she said about dark pool is nonsensical, and like that's literally it. And everyone's like, "Oh, he debunked it." I'm like, "How?" I don't understand how he debunked it. I checked the comments. Apparently, people are trying to give their answer on why it's debunked, but he literally, from what I saw, I did not see a single explanation on what he said for debunking. So I don't know why they put that as like the top comment. But then, if you continue, you can continue here and actually see that someone actually put comments. Now I don't know if I can find it here, but let me see here. These are highlighted, and this person says, if I understand it correctly, they don't want to sell shares short off markets, OTC dark pools, because that would not create downward price pressure. What they want to do is route retail buy orders through the dark pool to suppress upward price pressure. He's saying the lady is BS. I saw another comment. I don't know where it went. Maybe it got like filled up with other comments, but there was another person showing like a full definition of what he said was going on, and for some reason it's not showing up right now. So I don't know where it went, but basically, let me know what you think about this particular comment this person said regarding the non-reporting, because that's a big deal. That's really a big deal, because if the retail investor has no idea how a big boy is playing behind the scenes, then it's very difficult to be on a fair level. Because if they're doing, let's say, for instance, shorting a particular stock, regardless if it's AMC, a ridiculous amount, yet no one can find that information, then that's not good. So again, that's just a quick first thing I want to show you guys. Then I'm going to show you another thing I wanted to look at. Now, let's look at the chart real quick. It's pre-markets. We have about a few minutes before the market opens. So hopefully today we can see some more movement, but I'm not expecting too much today. Obviously yesterday AMC did increase quite a bit. I mean, we're at 51 now. We're at like 58, give or take, pre-market, right? So today, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see us go back over 60 and then consolidate for a bit. But again, until we get some more things going on, then it's just basically a waiting game, right? So again, we'll have to wait and see. What just remember, guys, this video is my own opinion. This is all for entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice. Be sure to do research before making any investments. Now, looking now at this tweet, this is another tweet, and basically, Adam Aaron, CEO, talks about the essential dilution rights and the 25 million shares, and supposedly that's not going to occur until I think January of next year. So I don't know exact dates, but I think that's what he said. So this is like another snippet, apparently saying how the AMC investors are fearing dilution, and he just tries to clarify, saying equity raising is a powerful tool to strengthen a company and help shareholders. And AMC said that 5 times in January, May, and June 2021 that we diluted shares, but as a result raised 2.5 billion. AMC is so much stronger because we did. Now I have mixed thoughts on this because one, the supposed short squeeze, the supposed AMC going crazy, the shorts getting destroyed, apparently has not happened yet from what I've been looking at and what I researched, right? So if that's the case, the last thing as a holder of AMC or anybody that owns AMC would want is dilution and just more shares before this happen. Now, if this were to occur months from now and the squeeze already has occurred, then okay, maybe that's not that bad. But if this were to happen before the supposed squeeze, or if the squeeze takes months and we just calculated wrong, then that's probably not that good, because the more you have of something, obviously it does not become as rare, aka supply and demand. Hence, the price most likely would either decrease, or basically people just have a bunch more shares with a lower price point, right? So it's very different if only 100 people have an item versus 100 million people have the exact same item. Obviously, the people with 100 have a much more rare, expensive product or whatever it is. Hence, they could sell it for a higher price. Versus for AMC example, if they give more shares, guess what? Now it isn't as attractive because now a lot more people have access to it. So again, that's just like my way of looking at it. Obviously, feel free to let me know your thoughts. But just seeing it here, again, everyone's saying like raise it after the squeeze. And basically, the guy talks about like how some of the execs sold too. And you can see, talk about everyone after the squeeze. And that's basically the general census, it seems like. So again, I don't think it really makes sense that they would need that if one pandemic is basically over for like quarantine wise, and at least in the States. So a lot of more people are out, mask mandates are gone. So I mean, revenue wise, it should start to increase slowly across the next few months as more people start to go back out, aka they actually go watch movies. So that's something definitely to keep an eye on. And one last thing I want to show you guys, because it's hard to know what's the difference between real and fake. And these posts, apparently this guy posted how he's seeing a lot of FUD, which means fear, uncertainty, and doubts, which in short means like negative news to pretty much scare people into thinking something, right? That's typically what that means, right? Now, usually FUD, it's meant to be towards something that's fake, but here it's hard to tell. You don't know what's real and what's not, but at least I think based off these like titles, you don't know. These could be real people, could not. But basically is in short saying like, hey, there's a lot of posts with negative connotation, talking about people basically selling, causing panic, and that's basically what he posted. Again, I looked at these numbers. It seems like these people they haven't put that much in, like a few K maybe, give or take. So it's really doesn't make sense to one post about it in the internet. I don't know why. A lot of people seem to do it, but main thing from this is don't look at Reddit for things like this. Just only check to see updates on the news and things of that nature. Because when you start to see people talk about, oh, I sold, I lost my money, oh, I sold it, you start to panic, you start to get emotional, and then next thing you know it, you don't think with logic, and then if the price takes 10% or $10, you freak out, right? So Again, always use logic when you're trading because if you're using emotion, you could lose everything based off of a simple mistake. So again, these are my thoughts. Let me know what you think about this video too. If there's any other information you have on it, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next one.